Lieutenant Zachariah Manser? Your reputation precedes you. A promotion well-deserved, I hear. I'm Quartermaster Ryan Stewart, in charge of logistics in this barracks. Equipment problems or improvement, or you need to collect your pay? I'm your man.
Pleasure, Quartermaster.
Lieutenant Zachariah Manser. I think congratulations are in order. Captain Eliza Major, welcome to my unit.
The honor is mine, Captain.
For now, we're stationed in town and focusing on missions intended to maintain order and safety among the civilians. Here are the two other fine soldiers making up your unit for the time being, David Ward and Jeffrey Hunter.
My pleasure, Lieutenant! Congratulations and—
Leave the ass-kissing for later, soldier. Lieutenant?
Yes, sir, Captain.
Excellent. Moving on to more pressing matters, our mission just came in, and it's aimed at smothering regime opposition. According to the intel the ASC gave us, those terrorists live in the slums and are plotting several attacks to undermine our corporation. Your mission is to infiltrate the terrorists, stop the attacks, and find your way to their leader, Bulgakov. Orders are to capture Bulgakov alive. We're going to drain him for intel about other terrorist cells and dismantle the entire network. So beat him only as much as you need to take him.
You got it, Captain.
Move quickly. The longer you take, the more risk there is to the citizens of Ophir, and I won't have that. Before you go, though, there's one more mission, one requiring speed and discretion. We have deserters in our ranks, Lieutenant. Deserters planning to flee like rats through the city's underground. That won't happen. Do you understand me? You find them, and you eliminate them, each and every one. That seems harsh to you. Setbacks against Aurora have ruined our reputation, to the point that every action we take is scrutinized and extorted by those seeking to gain from our fall. A mass desertion would spell scandal if it became public. You catch them before any word of their escape comes out. So move, now! You only have a few hours. You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Lieutenant?
Chasing after deserters sounds great. Where do we start?
The slums. They must have gone home to ask for help, so we should pay their families a visit. I'm sure our escapees will be around.
I find it disgusting, chasing my own companions.
How are you, Zachariah?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. How may I be of service?
What do you know about Great Master Ian?
A truly great man, instilled with a vision and goal that most likely saved us. Before his arrival, things were simpler in Ophir. The ASC was out here, but by and large, they were little more than a corporate espionage network, disinterested in either the army or us. Of course, we always answered to a chain of command, but it was nothing like what we've experienced since Victor has taken the lead. From the beginning, there was cause for alarm. However, the former Great Master, Brandon, was far too old to have energy enough to lead the charge against our enemies. Ian, though, is inspired. He's inspired us to stand up for our right to freedom, to expand our understanding beyond the simple message we all saw in the dome. Such wisdom and strength are rarely found in one person.
Do you know Sean?
Not as well as you, I am sure. However, from what I can recall as his teacher long ago, he was an idealist, hungry for change, for a world where technomancers wouldn't have to hide their secrets, where they might live normal lives with families and children. But, unfortunately, that dream, which might have provoked him to become a catalyst for change, merely left him bitter from the loneliness inherent in our condition. He is lucky to have found such a friend and student in you, and because of that, his leaving for the front will be terribly painful for him.
What are your thoughts on the ASC?
Were I a younger man, I might play it safe. Say I know nothing of them, that they protect us. But age exhausts the desire to continue down such a path. The ASC is a disease that is destroying abundance for the vanity of a single man, Colonel Victor. They're not just our enemies as technomancers. They are also our enemies as citizens of abundance and inhabitants of Ophir. They strangle the freedom of the people under the weight of their own paranoia. To them, everyone is guilty of something. Their sustenance is hatred and fear. And, I fear, a clash with them will one day test our survival.
What do you know about the technomancers?
For such a specific question, it raises broad answers. I cannot speak of those from Aurora, for instance. I know they have little power there, that they are seen more as guardians than soldiers. But do they know from where their abilities stem? Here, only the initiated know. As you are aware, we keep the youngest of our kind in the dark, fearing the knowledge might be too much for them to bear. That secret, though, once shared, forms a bond like none other, melding us into brothers and sisters, bonding us in spite of Abundance's efforts to keep us apart. It forges solidarity, a concept very dear to me. It defines us, I believe, even more than our powers.
What do you know about the Exchange Quarter?
A strange, almost exotic neighborhood. A haven for merchants who claim no corporation as their home, who bear with them goods and news from beyond our borders, and boggle the mind with their uniqueness. It's refreshing.
You know our chapel very well, don't you?
An ancient place. The remnants of the first domes in the city upon which Ophir was built. Though, admittedly, we know not what they were used for back then. Perhaps a place of worship, perhaps of knowledge or research. One cannot know, as its purpose was adapted and changed to meet the evolving needs of generations of technomancers. Numerous relics and tunnels linking it to the underwork have been added over time.
What can you tell me about the source?
It is the heart of Ophir, and therefore Abundance's. The city's most ancient neighborhood, spotted with the remnants of the original domes. A place of power, as expected, where politicians, military officials, ASC members, and even technomancers mix. Besides our chapel, though, I admit it is not a place I enjoy. I am no diplomat, and in a neighborhood where all that matters is how many there support you at the council, it is not a place for me.
Are you familiar with the underworks?
I know them, in bits and pieces. People say they extend for untold miles. Subterranean channels forged by water and the claws of creatures so expansive that none have ever explored them all. Beneath the chapel lies a crypt containing the remains of our most distinguished members. But there as well are countless storage areas, shortcuts that elude the less desirable areas of the city, and even places of refuge for the banished and most wretched of our populace.
What can you tell me about the slums?
Besides the underworks, they are the largest part of our city. As its population swelled, so did its buildings, but far too quickly and without proper standards, which now leave its occupants sans adequate safety, urbanism, or even means for sanitation. It is a surprise that many of those buildings have managed to stay standing, and that some contagion has not yet spread.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
What can there be at this excavation site?
For us, now, having not been there? We could only speculate. But should those rumors hold true, there are relics to be had. With those relics comes priceless information, information important enough for them to transport technomancers in droves to the middle of the desert. It makes you wonder. Have they uncovered traces of the colonists' legendary beacon? If you believe the tales, it could resurrect communication with Earth. For 2 centuries, technomancers have scoured this planet for this beacon, and for 2 centuries this beacon has eluded us.
What do we know about these itinerant merchants?
They are unbound by loyalties, flitting from corporation to corporation. Beyond that, I know little more than myths and legends, often difficult to unravel from the truth, like the tales of hidden mountainside villages stashed with their wealth. Never have I encountered another group that despises and envies in such equal proportions, impugned for lack of loyalty or origin to our superior culture, but regarded for the freedom that comes with that. In truth, though, for me it is the information they trade in that bears their greatest source of worth, far more than the trinkets they hawk.
And why, if I may ask, are these relics so important?
Each relic is a breadcrumb that could lead us back to their bygone, yet far more advanced era. We are little more than feral offspring to a once illustrious time filled with scientific and artistic knowledge long since been lost to us. A cultural de-evolution of catastrophic proportions. The value of these relics cannot be overstated. A simple fragment could mean strides forward in knowledge, leaps forward in time, and in the wrong hands, the extinction of our kind.
What do you think of our army?
A question requiring a delicate response indeed. For we are a part of that body. An integral part, perhaps. A vital organ, but still just a part. As such, one may not talk about the whole without impugning the parts, which in truth I am not wont to do. But with that spoken, it is very old. On one hand, good, well-established, the best equipment, disciplined troops, professional. But on the other hand, set in its ways, a double-edged sword indeed. For inflexibility is merely a step from paralysis, an iteration of the old dog's new tricks scenario. And with ranks practically inherited, there hardly exists a culture that encourages hard work or passion among the troops. Why work towards something that's unachievable? And of course, it's less than ideal that there are far too few of our kind among the ranks. Next to Aurora, we're surprisingly deprived in that field. And they're in the process of collecting the laurels of their politics right now.
What can you tell me about Jeffrey Hunter, another soldier in my unit?
Little of note. A spry young farm boy. Little more than a simpleton fresh from greenhouse, if word serves correct. So as always, at least from my perspective, caution is in order when it concerns anyone like this lad. Anyone who is not a brother or sister.
What can you share about us, the Technomancers?
We are, as you have learned, mutants, Zachariah. But while other mutations form the poor, deformed creatures that we use like commodities, ours has produced within us gifts. Whether this knowledge is shared among the Technomancers of Aurora, I know not. We are all still learning about ourselves, with knowledge segregated from faction to faction, corporation to corporation. Even Aurora conducts experiments that would be of interest to us. We whose gifts have turned us into living weapons. And despite our strengths, despite our role as guardians of knowledge, the last link to the Earth's past, the sole reason the corporations have not yet collapsed, our instability has ensured that any seat of power remains elusive to our kind. But never forget, no matter what our enemies, even those inside abundance, may think or espouse, they need us. It is not the other way around. We are our own masters, never slaves.
What can you tell me about the ASC?
There is nothing to learn, officially, because no one talks about them out of fear. Speak of the devil and he shall appear and all. Silly superstition. But fear drives men as much as serum, I suppose. The true source of their power ultimately stems from their surveillance services. And with the war comes near limitless authorities in such matters. More often than not, authorities are aimed at their own dissenters rather than any deeply tangible threat to our great Mother Abundance. At their core, they are quite simply the most mortal of threats to us. So I would advise you, stay in line, do as you are told, and attract little attention, for it is now a perilous game of survival.
What do you think of our army?
But with that spoke for inflexibility is next to her.
That dome we went to with Matt.
A relic of the first colonists, long forgotten until after the turmoil, discovered upon the building of Ophir's first shadow path, and finally opened as a place of knowledge by one of our own, transformed into a storehouse for knowledge and secret discoveries until its collapse. So much was lost, but you were not. And if nothing else, I have that to be grateful for. For it is now we need fresh blood more than anything.
What do you know about my barracks?
A perfectly inelegant mix of testosterone and bachelorism. What could I add that you do not know for yourself firsthand? Poor food, worse quarters, but it serves its purpose. Barracks for the source, no more, no less.
What can you tell me about the exchange quarter?
A melting pot for sure, forging an amalgam of cultures, commodities, and peoples, filled with merchants hawking equal shares of wares and information with such freedom that it gives the impression that it is unburdened by the scrutiny and heavy hand of abundance's surveillance. An impression that is, in a word, faulty.
What do you know about the underworks?
Little more than common knowledge. Kilometers of tunnels lined with endless rows of warehouses storing who knows what for who knows whom. Forged in part by man, in part by nature, and in part by the creatures that dwell within them as they extend all the way out to the ancient waterways.
That dome we went to with Master Shan, where did it come from?
A relic of the first colonists, long forgotten until after the turmoil, discovered upon the building of Ophir's first shadow path, and finally opened as a place of knowledge by one of our own, transformed into a storehouse for knowledge and secret discoveries until its collapse. So much was lost, but you were not. And if nothing else, I have that to be grateful for. For it is now we need fresh blood more than anything.
Zach, good to see you. How does army life suit you?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you? When's your next deployment?
I do not know, but what I do know is this. They're going to be sending me to the front lines alongside all the others. That I'm certain. I want to make sure that none of us become close. No matter. You're not here to listen to my belly aches.
What can you tell me about Alan?
You shouldn't care about that little prick, Zachariah. That moron is only worthy of attention because he is the physical amalgamation of all the flaws technomancers have. He would be a wonderful case study for the Seekers, but other than that, he doesn't deserve my attention, and especially not yours.
Do you know my captain?
I've had the opportunity to run into her a couple of times. She is a respectable woman, I think. She's known to be fair with men. Of course, the fact that she is not a technomancer means that she'll never understand the stress and priorities we must face. Only our own can really understand what we're living. But you'll have to deal with it. You could have come at a worse time. To a certain extent, I think that she won't hesitate to defend you against those who won't miss an opportunity to get in your way. If you don't disappoint her, of course. Be straightforward with her, and tell her what you want her to know. I think that with that woman, that is the best way to do it.
What do you know about Colonel Victor?
Do you know how dangerous this question could be? That man oversees the ASC. He has ears everywhere, and he has terrorized the population since he took it over. I'm convinced that he is aware that we are hiding something from him, and he hates it. Everything he doesn't know, he believes, deserves his interest, and he's right in that regard. He will try everything in his power to find out our secret. He will not hesitate to use every plot and scheme in his book. If we were to have only one enemy, it would be that man.
You're very bitter when it comes to our corporation.
Why shouldn't I be? People here are naive, and now that you are a Mancer, you will have the joy of discovering the breeding we have to give in to. You wonder why Technomancers are... Anyway, don't let...
What else can you tell me about the dome that we visited?
Alas, we lost with it alongside all the knowledge that we had accumulated there. We could send men to scour the place, I suppose, but with all that sensitive information, it may not be the smartest idea.
What do you know of our chapel?
It is built on an ancient colonial ruin. The ones who erected it made sure that we could only get in through 2 Technomancer doors.
There isn't anything new to report. There isn't anything new to report. Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Zach. Be careful.
At your command, Lieutenant.
What can you tell me about our captain?
Sorry, Lieutenant?
I want you to speak freely. It's just us.
No, of course, Lieutenant. Captain's a great lady. A bit strict and not always polite with her orders, but that's nothing to bitch about. Sure, she's got her reasons, and it's for her own good. And hell, she knows a lot more than what's going on behind the scenes than we do. Hell, she came from a family of officers. She's damn good at her job. Was meant for it. And I'm pretty damn proud to say she's the head of our unit. I'm just a little surprised you're asking me, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant?
You know Colonel Victor?
The ASC chief? Yeah, sure. He's the head of the intelligence services. They hunt down enemy spies and rebels. But you know that already. Why are you asking? Is this a test?
No, just interested in hearing what you think of the guy.
I don't. I don't think anything about it. Let's just leave it at that.
What do you know about the ASC?
Why? You work for him? This an interrogation, or... Look, all I know is what everybody else knows. They protect abundance from enemies and rebels. Is that the right answer? Do I earn my merit badge?
David, listen to me. I'm not...
That's what they all say.
You don't like Technomancers, do you?
That a surprise, Lieutenant? You go to your little private schools, cut off from the world, then just show up all clean and well-fed with your weird-ass powers, and poof, just take other officers' positions without earning them. You don't have a damn clue what war is. Never been to the front lines. Let me tell you, I have. Even fought alongside some of your so-called masters. Day in and day out, we fought together. And day in and day out, they had more respect for our damn enemies than they ever did for me or us. We ain't nothing to your great officers with their divine abilities, or fuck they are. We show our respect to you because we know we'd probably be up shit creek in some of these wars without you. We don't have to like your kind, and I don't. It's my damn right. So yeah, no, Lieutenant, sorry. I don't like Technomancers much.
What do you know about Anton Rogue?
Head man of the Vori. One of my best friends. Great guy. Really fantastic. Hell you asking me shit like this? How would I know? One of the most dangerous fucks on the planet? People say he's everywhere. Knows everything about everybody, even us simple soldiers who'd never lower himself to even share a drink with. If you're looking to deal with the guy, watch your ass. Dude's a snake with friends in some very high places. Stay the hell away if you can.
What do you know about Anton Rogue?
Head man of the Vori. One of my best friends. Great guy. Really fantastic. Hell you asking me shit like this? How would I know? One of the most dangerous fucks on the planet? People say he's everywhere. Knows everything about everybody, even us simple soldiers who'd never lower himself to even share a drink with. If you're looking to deal with the guy, watch your ass. Dude's a snake with friends in some very high places. Stay the hell away if you can.
You've been a soldier a long time. Tell me about the army.
Best years of my life, stuck in the worst job on the planet. Sure, it's the best army on Mars. Best trained, best equipped, most disciplined. But with guys serving for over 10 years without a single fucking promotion? How's the point? Where's the enticement to be a hero? Wow, thanks, another shiny fucking medal. It'll make my casket real pretty one day. No thanks. The officers are either legacies who went to the right schools or folks like you who actually went to good schools. Army doesn't care about valor in combat. They care about privilege. In my opinion.
What's the deal with the barracks?
Fucking hellhole. Dorm smells like the bathroom and the food tastes like it was pulled from there. Training ground the size of a playground despite there being plenty of room in Ophir. That's it. Every chance I have to get the hell out of there, I take it.
What's the deal with the slums?
Hell, man, that's my home. Grew up there. Ain't easy on the eyes, but damn if it ain't lively. Hell, most of the Ophir population lives there. All the laborers, keepers, craftsmen, and most of the ward, too. No one ever gets out of there. Ain't no time or means to make the place better, neither. When something collapses, they send the mutos to half-ass repair it. Over and over, and over again. The high-ups hate the place, but truth is, it's where the real forces of abundance and fear are, you know? Also the home of the rogues. But I ain't gotta tell you that, do I, Lieutenant?
What's the deal with the slums?
Hell, man, that's my home. Grew up there. Ain't easy on the eyes, but damn if it ain't lively. Hell, most of the Ophir population lives there. All the laborers, keepers, craftsmen, and most of the ward, too. No one ever gets out of there. Ain't no time or means to make the place better, neither. When something collapses, they send the mutos to half-ass repair it. Over and over and over again. The high-ups hate the place, but the truth is, it's where the real forces of abundance and fear are, you know? Also the home of the rogues. But I ain't gotta tell you that, do I, Lieutenant?
You heard of a bar called the Curiosities?
Who hasn't? Trendy joint, I guess. Rumor is the rebels been hanging there too, but I don't know about all that. I go in for a drink, that's all. Though I tend to get those drinks pretty fucking often, because they're cheap and they're strong. And if you can manage to stay out of the arena or the drunken brawls, you can have a decent time there.
Tell me about the front.
I haven't been back there in a while. What do you want to know? The place is a constantly shifting slaughterhouse. Sure, we'll take a piece of the Shadow Path, a mine or something, costing us a few hundred lives, only to lose it right back within a week or so. And we both take prisoners. We put ours in camps. Who the hell knows what happens to the ones they take, though? But if you're dreaming of beautiful, heroic bullshit happening all the time, you might want to look somewhere else. It's just blood and mud and rotten food. Nights of fighting, days of losing sleep, and fear. The kind that makes you know one day your body will drop, lost in a forgotten part of the world.
At your command, Lieutenant.
What do you know about Colonel Victor?
Colonel Victor Watcher? He's, not someone I met or want to meet either. Not that I mean, I know Abundance is overrun with rebels and enemy spies, but it's just, word is, when it comes to him, best keep your mouth shut. So I prefer to follow that advice, if you don't mind.
What can you say about Anton Rogue?
Not all that much, I don't think. Head of the Voorhees mob, yeah? Heard he's not exactly a good man, if you catch my drift. A guy no one in their right mind would want to deal with. And, you know, being a soldier and all, I'm just an honest, hardworking guy, so I have no reason or interest to rub shoulders with him.
What do you think about technomancers?
Aw, hell. Well, you're putting me on the spot, aren't you? Alright, well, you guys are strong and all that with your powers, no doubt. And honestly, you're only the second one I've ever met. First guy was at our place in Green Hope. He was a nice old guy. He taught us some terrestrial techniques, and, you know, obviously he was there for us if we had spiritual problems. But, to be honest, I can't really compare him to you or any of the other ones here, of course. That said, honestly, I'm really proud to serve under you, Lieutenant. You're an example to try to live up to. I mean, you were just one of us regular people, and you became an officer and a technomancer. It's really incredible and inspiring.
What do you think of the Source?
Ah, an amazing place, Lieutenant. Really pretty architecture, mind-blowing buildings, all of it. Makes you proud to be part of Abundance. And you know, I'm all kinds of proud to serve here at the barracks that protect our corporation. Crazy to think the safety of the people's representatives and the Dowsers in our hands. Really cool.
What do you know about the slums?
Aw, hell. Biggest dang part of Ophir and overpopulated as crap. Gotta be a miserable place to live. Too many people, too little space. And I even heard there's some rebels living in there. But how the hell can you find them? Like rusted needles in a dirty haystack. Made only more dirty by the Vori there too. It's sad. A lot of good people gotta live among the garbage because they can't afford to get out.
You ever been to the Underworks?
Oh yeah, sure. The place is like a crazy maze. Warehouses everywhere, tunnels leading to nowhere. Kinda crazy. I think they should really be patrolling them more often. Honestly, I swear I saw some creatures who could tear apart any poor guy working down there. Dangerous stuff, Lieutenant. And not that I'm criticizing our work down there, or I wouldn't do that.
You're from Green Hope, right? What was it like?
Ah, Lieutenant, it's a really beautiful place. You gotta see it to believe it. A lot of space, not like the city. a lot of cultivating and breeding areas. I mean, a lot of stuff that makes its way here is made there. And hell, if you like hunting, that's your place. Not that it's perfect or nothing. Like, its houses aren't as nice as our Capitol buildings for sure, but it's nice there. You'd like it. Beautiful views of the desert and fields around it. Just really, really nice.
What do you think of the source?
An amazing place, Lieutenant. Really pretty architecture, mind-blowing buildings, all of it. Makes you proud to be part of Abundance. And you know, I'm all kinds of proud to serve here at the barracks that protect our corporation. Crazy to think the safety of the people's representatives and the Dowsers is in our hands. Really cool.
What do you know about the slums?
Hell. Biggest dang part of Ophir and overpopulated as crap. Gotta be a miserable place to live. Too many people, too little space. And I even heard there's some rebels living in there. But how the hell can you find them? Like rusted needles in a dirty haystack. Made only more dirty by the Vori there too. It's sad. A lot of good people gotta live among the garbage because you can't afford to get out.
You ever been to the underworks?
Oh, yeah, sure. Places like a crazy maze. Warehouses everywhere. Tunnels leading to nowhere. Kind of crazy. I think they should really be patrolling them more often. Honestly, I swear I saw some creatures who could tear apart any poor guy working down there. Dangerous stuff, Lieutenant. And not that I'm criticizing our work down there, or... I wouldn't do that.
You're from Greenhope, right? What was it like?
Lieutenant, it's a really beautiful place. You gotta see it to believe it. A lot of space, not like the city. A lot of cultivating and breeding areas. I mean, a lot of stuff that makes its way here is made there. And hell, if you like hunting, that's your place. Not that it's perfect or nothing. Like, its houses aren't as nice as our Capitol buildings for sure, but it's nice there. You'd like it. Beautiful views of the desert and fields around it. Just really, really nice.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level. Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level. Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level. Sean was right. Can't open this door without another technomancer.
this place isn't like it used to be. The curiosity zone gets more violent by the day.
command, Lieutenant.
I can't take this anymore. I don't even have enough to feed my kids. My job beats a damn 40 more than my own family.
Keep your mouth shut. You wouldn't be the first to moan and end up sleeping under the sun.
Sorry, pal. Nobody enters this office if they got no pass.
That right, pal? I'm an officer and a technomancer, and I'm here to see Anton Rogue. Think you should let me in.
You even know who Anton Rogue is? He's the big fucking balls here. The boss. I don't care if you're a damn general. Get the hell out of here.
I'll be back.
Oh, good. Perfect. Don't forget your pass next time.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Hello there. Feel free to browse. Lost 10 doses of serum the other day. Bad bet in the arena.
Good day. Care for some merchandise, officer?
Almost impossible to go through the underworks without bumping into one of those monsters.
Yeah, the guards aren't working overtime to get rid of them either. Almost got caught by a school of jellyfish the other day. Didn't think the score was worth more than my life, so I hid.
I've seen one of those filthy creatures in the distance. I heard they're poisonous. I came face to face with one of those things. I've never went into the past my entire life. When there's one, there's bound to be many.
Hey, I know you don't mind helping out the police when you can, so I just want to know if you've seen anything lately. Groups gathering, people acting suspicious.
We're in the slums, officer. This is Anton Rogue's world. More people than not around here are acting suspicious.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about anyone who may be looking to hurt Abundance. Folks not fans of the regime. Rumors are going around some rebels are planning an attack.
Fucking assholes. Hell, they can't just leave well enough alone? Nah, I mean, I heard something about fellows talking angry, talking about meeting up, but other than that, nothing specific.
All right, thanks. Can't go through here.
Since this warehouse...
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Great Master said the caravan would be right here. The stand looks like it's been deserted. I'll question neighboring merchants.
Looking for merchants? Got some things to buy, Lieutenant? You should have told me. I could have done it for you. We can probably find what you're looking for in another shop.
Mr. Manser, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Big on weaponry, I hope. What can I get you?